She knew it well.
The RV's been there for a while. It doesn't really move. It just stays there. So this was something that just looked suspicious, that it wasn't there anymore.
ABC News has...
In Lebanon, that's about 30 miles east of Nashville. Deputies say a box truck was parked at a strip mall playing audio similar to what was heard in Nashville on Christmas morning. They say nearby residents were evacuated as a precaution. They believe there is no threat. Deputies stopped and detained the driver. They are now searching that truck. It's unclear if this is related at all to the blast in Nashville.
Determine whether human remains found after the explosion belong to a person who lived there. A Google Maps Street View image from May of 2019 of that address shows an RV in a fenced-in section of the yard. The RV appears similar to the one used
After a vehicle rigged with explosives left part of downtown Nashville in ruins, police are on the hunt for a suspect and a motive, tracking the movements of that RV seen hours before the blast.
Those of us been in the military of a war zone.
A focal point of the investigation drew agents to at least 2 different locations in suburban Nashville. In this video obtained exclusively by ABC News, agents can be seen carrying out bags of evidence. We were there nearby when more officers in tactical gear surrounded a home associated with 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner. Authorities are working to determine if he was blown up in the explosion. A Google Maps image of the home from May 2019 shows what appears to be a similar RV used in the explosion parked right outside. This neighbor says she knew it well.
The RV's been there for a while. It doesn't really move. It just stays there. So this was something that just looked suspicious, that it wasn't there anymore.
ABC News has learned through court records that Anthony Quinn Warner, who once owned and lived at the home being searched, recently transferred the deed to a woman in California. What connection that may have to the explosion is under investigation.
It's going to take us some time, but this team behind me and my folks and our folks in the field, we're very good at what we do.
Will be a wealth of investigative leads between the camera, what they collect at the bombing site, what witnesses heard, etc. All of those things will go together to lead them to a suspect, if in fact it hasn't already.
Several blocks of Nashville's famed downtown remain closed as investigators work to positively identify human remains found at the scene. It was just before 6:30 Christmas morning when police responding to a shots fired call in the area said this RV was broadcasting an announcement warning of an imminent explosion. Police are still reviewing this surveillance video. 6 heroic police officers rushed to evacuate the area before the RV blew up. The Rasmussen family making it out of their home just in time.
When I said that we had kids, the female officer, just her eyes said, please, yes, you have kids, please get your kids right now and get out.
As we're driving away, this massive explosion. I mean, it's this huge. I was looking forward driving and I hear the sound and the whole car shifts.
Seeing your house explode is scary, but we weren't in that building. I'm looking back at my 2 sweet kids in their pajamas and their matching pajamas, Christmas pajamas. Yeah, I was